Alright guys, so in the last video we took care of our static files. We should have a BTRE folder with the static folder for all the stuff that we created, with our theme, and then our main static folder in the root will have all that plus the admin. Okay, and this is when we deploy, this is where it'll look to. Alright, so now what I want to do is start to implement our Bootstrap theme. So I'm in my base HTML layout, which is in the templates folder, and we're going to start to kind of just add stuff to this file from our Bootstrap theme. Now, the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to use Sublime Text, which is a different text editor. Hold on, let me just open up a new window here. And I'm going to open up the Bootstrap theme in Sublime Text. That way I don't get confused by which is which, so I'll know that if it's Sublime Text, it's just the theme, just the HTML, and our main project is in VS Code. So you don't have to do this. If you want to open it in the same text editor or something else, whatever you want to do is absolutely fine, but this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to Project. I know you guys can't see the menu, but I'm going to Project, Add Folder to Project, and I'm going to find my, desktop. I'm going to go to BTRE Resources, BTRE Theme, and I want the dist folder. I don't care about any of this. That's just for development for the theme. So we just want our dist folder. All right, so now over here, I'm going to open up index.html, and we want to start to bring some of this stuff over. So we're going to start with the head. This is where we include our static files like Font Awesome, Bootstrap, our custom style sheet, and so on. So I'm going to copy these lines and go back to VS Code into our base HTML, and I'm going to paste these in. All right, then I'm going to go and navigate to the bottom where we have all the JavaScript, which are these three script tags here, and I'm going to copy these, and I'm going to go to VS Code. I'm going to put that right above the ending body tag. Okay, now if I save this the way it is, obviously I know that a lot of you guys know that this is not going to work. So if I reload this and we take a look at our Chrome tools in our console, we're going to get a ton of errors here because it's looking for these files and they're nowhere to be found. Okay, because if we look at where they're pointing to, it's looking at assets, CSS. We don't even have an assets folder. So the way that we can reference the static files that we just brought in, we have to actually do a couple things here. So at the very top of this HTML file, if you want to use static, if you want to use the special static helper, I guess we can call it, you want to use your template tags here, and you just want to say load static like that. Okay, now wherever we have a static file coming in, like let's say this all.css, which is the Font Awesome file, what we want to do is in the href, we want to first of all get rid of this assets slash because there's no such thing in our Django project, and we want to open up a template tag. So we want to do %, and we want to say static, static, and just space, and then we want to wrap the CSS slash all.css in single quotes, and then we want to end the tag like that. All right, so this will actually reference whatever our static folder is, which we defined in our settings, and it'll look for a CSS slash all.css, and it should be able to find it, hopefully. So now I'm just going to copy this whole thing here, and let's go to the next one, which is Bootstrap, and we'll paste that in, and we'll just change this to Bootstrap. And then this one here, we'll change this to style. All right, so that should take care of the CSS. Actually, I forgot the lightbox. That's in there, correct? CSS lightbox min, yeah. All right, so let's add that as well. So we'll say lightbox, and I'm just going to copy this, and this is going to be lightbox dot min.css. Okay, and the reason it wasn't here is because I copied this from the index page in the theme, and the index didn't include this file. So now let's go down to the bottom here where we have the JavaScript, and it's the same idea. So what we can do is again use our template tags and say static, wrap this in single quotes like that, and then close it. Oops, I keep doing like a PHP tag. Actually, that would be a $sign for PHP. But we want to do the same kind of thing. So let's actually just copy like this and like that. This should actually be JS slash, and then let's do the same thing right here. And then we want just the end to be a single quote and then a closing tag like that. All right, so again, it should be looking in whatever our static folder is and then looking at these locations. Okay, and then again, we want to add the light box. So I forgot about that. So let's copy that down. We'll do JS slash lightbox.min.js. All right, so make sure that that's saved, and let's go back to Chrome. And now you can see Bootstrap is already working here. Let me just move this over a little bit. There we go. All right, so Bootstrap is kicked in, and the only errors we're getting over here because we don't have the jQuery loading GIF. I don't have that there, and that's fine. This inner HTML is because if we look at our main.js, so let's take a look at our main.js. What's going on is in the template, there's a class of year, okay, a div with the class of year, or span, I think it is, and we're just putting in the year dynamically using JavaScript. And that span doesn't exist, so it's giving us an error. As soon as we add that error will go away, so there's no need to worry about that. All right, but this is how we implement static files inside of our template. So now what we're going to do is start to bring over some of the stuff that we want on every page, like the nav bar, the top bar, things like that. So if we head over to Sublime Text where we have our theme, let's go up to the top and let's grab the top bar. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this, all of it, and then also the nav bar, which is directly under it, and stop there because the showcase, obviously, that doesn't go on every page. So we're just going to copy this, the nav bar on the top bar, go back to our base HTML, and let's put this right above the block content. All right, so yeah, we'll put that above the block content. And then the other thing that goes on every page is the footer. So I'm going to go back to our theme and go all the way down and grab our footer. And this is what I was talking about, a span with the class of year. This is where the year gets inserted. And it wasn't finding that, so it was giving us that console error. So let's copy this and go back and put this after the block content, so right here. All right, and I don't have prettier formatting on save anymore, so I'm just going to fix that up a little bit. All right, so let's save that, and let's go ahead and take a look. And there we go. All right, cool. So these are going to show on every page. If we go to /about, let's see, does this go to no, this goes to about HTML, but we'll fix that. But let's just check out /about, and you can see now we're on the about page. One last thing I want to do before I end this video is show you that we can use partials. Okay, so I don't want our base HTML to be cluttered up with all of this markup. So what we can do is we can create a separate folder in our templates folder called partials. All right, now inside partials, I want to put the nav bar, everything we just brought in, the nav bar, the top bar, and the footer. So we want a separate file for all of those. Now, since they're partials, the convention is to use an underscore in front. So we're going to say underscore navbar.html, and we'll create underscore top bar dot HTML, and let's also create underscore footer dot HTML. Okay, and then we can simply bring that stuff in. So we'll start off with the top bar. I'm going to go from here, oops, went too far, down to here, and just cut that. And we're going to put that in the top bar HTML and save. Okay, I'll just close it for now. And then the nav bar will grab all that markup, which ends right here. Cut that out, put that in here, and save. And then finally the footer, we'll cut that, put that in footer, save that. Okay, and now we just need to bring those in, and that's very simple with using the template syntax. So I'm going to just put a comment and say top bar, and we want to use our template tags, and we want to just do include, and it's in the partials folder, and it's underscore top bar dot HTML. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that. We'll go down below, and this is going to be the nav bar. So we want to include nav bar HTML. All right, and here, let's say main content, and then lastly, we want the footer. So underscore footer dot HTML. So save, and now we should get the same results. Let's go back and reload, and we get the same thing. Okay. Oh, the logo. So the logo is also a static asset. So we have to do the same thing we did for this, like the CSS and the JavaScript and all that. So we're going to go to our nav bar partial, because that's where the logo is. You can see we still have it pointing to like assets. So we want to change that. Now remember, if we're going to be using static, we need to, up at the top, we need to load static. Okay, and then let's see, let's go down to where we have our logo. We're going to get rid of the assets, and we're going to put in our template tag and say static, and then put this in single quotes, and then end it. All right, so we'll go ahead and save that, and let's go back, reload, and there's our logo. Oh, all right, so we can close this up. And in the next video, I want to start to add some of the stuff for the index page. Then we'll move to the about. We'll also take care of the links here. We can use some special conditionals to make these active when we're on the correct page. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.